Hi everyone, I'm Maggie, and today I'm going to talk about the case, a public relation dilemma case. Should Nancy need to keep the secret? First, let's talk about the background. Nancy is a public affairs officer in Jonesboro for the city's largest corporation, the National Steel Corporation. He has access to her immediate and long-range plans. And one day she has a meeting. And the corporation boards claimed that they will close the factories in Jonesboro forever. So what is the dilemma point? Is that to avoid the reputation, the company wants to keep silence to the closure of the plant. They want everyone in the meeting to keep this secret. But Nancy is not a public relations officer in the National Steel Corporation. She is also a single parent, and she is also needs to respond for her family. So why the company wants the people to keep that secret? With the time goes by, the economy of this region has changed a lot. Before the World War II, there are seldom plants there are seldom plants in this region, and people rely on agriculture to feed themselves. But after World War II, so many factory industry come inside, and more people get involved in the factory. The farmers are combined to a large farmer, and a lot of farmers, because a lot of farmers comes to the factory, they lose their land. Nowadays the manufacture has been the most important income for this region. If the company were closed, there are lots of people will lose their job, and the most public who are relative to the industry, like the restaurants, like the markets, they will also get the huge influence. So that is why the company wants the public relation officers to keep the secret. But for Nancy, what she needs to consider is that she is a single mother of 2 high school children, and she needs to pay for her children's outstate college tuition. So she needs to consider about her job, and she needs income. On the other hand, she also has her sister, and her sister has a husband named Frank. The sister and her sister's husband helps her a lot, and they have really close relationship. And if the National Steel Corporation has been closed to the factory, she needs to find another job to raise her children. And why Nancy is in dilemma situation is that the supervisor of her noticed her of how well the company treated her after her husband's death. So there are 3 parts of questions. Our case mentioned is macro issues, the micro issues, Mandarin issues, and the macro issues. For the micro issues, should Nancy protect herself searching for a job and put her home on the market? I don't think she needs to put her house in the market, because that will influence her company, because the others will ask her about why she want to sell her house, and maybe guess if she want to resign out of the company, and the company will be closed. So I don't think she needs to do that, but she should to search another job, because that is private career. Even though the plants will not close, she can search another job, and to keep her children still to keep her can still raise her children. Searching for another job is necessary. And should she help Frank and Elizabeth by giving them information? I don't think she needs to give them information, because her sister and her sister's husband's job is not so close to the National Steel Corporation. So the closing of the plants maybe has seldom influence for her sister and her sister's husband. The third micro issue is that her duty to or responsibilities in the matters changed in any way by the fact that she is a single parent. Because she is a single parent, she needs to decide a lot of things by herself, and she has no one will be share the responsibility, share the raising children responsibilities. So she needs to think about many aspects by herself. So I think things changed a little bit. The main issues is that if Nancy acts out of loyalty of the family and tell Elizabeth the news, can Elizabeth then claims that the same loyalty to her clients? I think Elizabeth can claim that she needs to have same loyalty to her clients, but she don't need to tell the clients the news. So maybe she can help them to sell the house quickly, but she don't need to tell the clients the plant will close. And if another question is that if the press come to ask Nancy that and confirm rumor that the company is closing the plant and leaving. I think if a press call for confirming whether the company will be closed, Nancy shouldn't tell them the truth directly, but Nancy can tell the truth in anonymous way. The third minor issue is that Nancy will be offered a chance at another job and probably will get her relocation costs paid. Frank and Elizabeth, however, will not. Nancy has information that they need, but she badly needs to keep her job if she protecting her own comfort at their expense. I think she needs to keep her job because she still has more children to raise, and I think her sister and her sister's husband will understand that she didn't tell them the news. And the other three questions is about macro issues. The first one is the request to remain quiet about the move was unilateral. Nancy listened to the request but did not make a promise to abide by it. Does this silence free her to do as she pleased, or is it implied that she understood the request and agreed to abide by it? I think she can tell the others the news. She don't need to keep silence all the time. But if she gets banned from the company, she needs to keep silence because that means she agree with the request. The second is it ever justifiable to lie to the media? If so, under what circumstances? I think in this case it is justifiable to lie to the media because when they decided to close the plant, they didn't close it immediately. They still make efforts to keep their employees have job and to make to solve their problems. So that means the company is responsible. So as in this case, it is justifiable to lie to the media. And the last question is, if you were in Nancy's position, can you think of arguments that would persuade management to be more forthright with employees? How would the concept of the proactive public relations help or hurt in this regard? I don't think we need to persuade the management to tell the employees directly. Because tell them directly has no use, and the company make efforts to solve the influence for them to lose the job. So I don't think we need to tell the employees directly. So this is analysis. Analysis is about why the NCS hope the Nancy can loyalty to them. First, they won't let the public get panic, and the second is they made efforts to solve the problem, and we said before. And the third is public relation officer should obey the ethics. And every organization has a code of ethics which the members are expected to abide. That is why the company wants Nancy to stay in same side with them. And for Nancy's aspect, she can also loyalty to their family and loyalty to the public because if the public has more preparation about the close of the plant, they will have less complaints about the company. And we can see this picture that shows a company. They decided to move their factory to Mexico, and all the employees get mad about the company once they hear the news. So if they have some preparation, they will calm down. And if Nancy loyalty to the company, she is keep the ethics of the professional public relation officer, and she stand with the company. She stand with the company and to maintain a good reputation, even though she maybe lose job. But if this company made a close relationship with Nancy, and this company will support her to another corporation to work. So I think this is Nancy's aspect to loyalty to the company. And if I were in Nancy's position, I will keep the Aristotle's logic and find the balance between the two extremes. Nancy cannot decide which side she would loyalty to. So I will tell tell the news to my families, and I won't tell the news to the press. And if they ask me directly, I won't give them answers. That is also protect my family's profits, and also avoid losing reputation for the company. That because our company has made effort to make the influence of the employees who lose the job get minimum, and we are faithful to those we are represent. And when I am the public relation officer to my company, so I will be a professional. I must be professional. So I will keep the secret until the company are ready to face all the problem, and they find the best way to solve the employees losing job, to solve to help the employee who will lose job to get a new job, and to maintain their life. So when that moment comes in, I will tell the public that our company will close, and at that time I want to be the connection between the public and my company to solve all the problem and satisfy all the aspects. And I do agree that we need to be honest to the media, but I think timing is really important. If we do not ready for that, if we do not ready for to tell the public, and if we are not ready to tell the public the news, if the media report the news at that time, that will make some unpredictable consequence, and make the public misunderstanding our company. So when the company decided to publish the closure information to the public, that will be more media include like internet and the radio and the press, and the formal information. The formal information will be the same in all the media, and if we shows our attitude is responsible, that will maintain a good reputation for our company and satisfy our employees. That is what I think the best way to solve the problem and make all the sides satisfied. This is my 5 sources, and thank you for looking at my presentation.